It's the Dope on the Street 0101C podcast. Thank you for tuning in.
Hi, it's Bunny Flakes from Cool Town. You're listening to It's Dope on the Street 01C podcast.
My name is the boy Skinny Rubber Carbonated 01C, and you're chilling here on It's Dope on the Street 01C podcast.
One time, my G, one time. Dumelang magaetsho le dumedisang fa ke go di wa mosimane mo telle ka se mo bana Mr. Certified Tall Dark and Handsome. My name is Bugs freaking Caesar, and this is another episode of the Get of Freedom Chill Spot here on It's Dope on the Street 01C podcast.
01C podcast.
You got a guest today with you to Mr. Phakisi the comedian. Hey.
Yo. Ke rametla ya gona is from Ventersdorp re motshware ka tlhamallo on It's Dope on the Street. Re motshware a le ko Ventersdorp.
Mr. Phakisi the comedian, welcome to It's Dope on the Street 01C podcast. How are you doing, sir?
It's the Dope on the Street 0101C podcast. Thank you for tuning in.
Hi, this is Boity from MGP, and you are listening to It's Dope on the Street 01C podcast. Thank you for tuning in.
Yeah.
It's the Dope on the Street 0101C podcast. Thank you for tuning in.
Dumelang. It's dope on the street. I'm not ke sharp. I don't know le sharp machita.
Oh yeah, we G gona re monate my G.
Yeah.
Ha le monate le gona re monate.
Se dintsi ke maaka go thuse go complaina man.
Yeah, for real. So my G, you're welcome on Get of Freedom Chill Spot here on It's Dope on the Street 01C. Yeah, a re kenela ka tlhamollo re bone gore re ba tshwaretse eng.
Oh yeah. So Mr. Phakisi it says here on your profile that you are a stand-up comedian, actor, presenter, or MC and an event organizer. How truth is that?
Yeah, the dope question. You know, Flopo ke gore some other things we do it based on our talent. If you are good on something, you have to try it. Cause you never know, you can try it, you can excel it. Because when I grew up, I started ke dorisa ke bopa body ka tleiswaele wana bodi mo para ke betla bodilo bodi koletsa bodi trata. Then when times goes ntse ke gola ke ya bo intermediate, I started joining traditional dance. Then when times goes, I'll be like, okay, let me try drama. Then I try drama and traditional dance. Then I say, okay, I excel on this thing. Yeah, drama and traditional dance. You get my point. Then when times goes, because nna ke khotsa gape ke ntse ke rata gape le metlai mo strateng da ke ntse ke kwa ga batho ke ba tshegisa wa ntlhalogana. So after my matric, then there was a dope functioning ya momega bokamoso, where it was a open mic session. Then you know when it's open mic session on Saturday go tsotsotle wa ntlhalogana. So it ended up gore I'd be like, how about let me try comedy? Let me try comedy because I'm good mo tsegiseng batho. Then I ask a stage, they give me a stage, then I perform a comedy, then crowd it shows love. Then but it was a joke that time, like okay, I comedy doesn't take it that serious. I just wanna try it fair that to entertain people. Why I won. Then after my performance, I got an invitation to come and perform Kugaladine. Then I just go there to Galadina and perform. Then the crowd also responda ka lerato gore ile batho ba mpolella gore ye mona like umtsweng mo this thing. How about you must focus mo comedy? Umtsweng mo comedy. I be like comedy mar. Then 2018 ke hopola it was my first one-man show comedy night. Then I got helped by Lenyatso Motladile mo ka se ka ikeno pushang brand ya Bad Boys Production wa ntlhaloganya. Then nthusa da ke re mona a ke batla go pusha one-man show comedy night da where no nna tla be ke performa comedy e se di piece ya ka ke ntse ke bone gore I'm good or not. Then we organized the event and thusa event ya pop-up my one man show comedy night. Then I perform comedy the whole night. I perform comedy like for the whole hour, Jack. Whole hour. Like even that it terminal ka boma 6 tot late, and each and every artist that was on my lineup that time I was introducing him or a hacker comedy. Bona a o kena comedy wa lagiwa ke wa kena performer ha folo ga ke comedy ke pega ba bang. Then after that event ya one man show comedy ga ke bona go like I'm good on doing this thing ya comedy ya being an event organizer, because once ke ntse ke introduce batho sone it's obvious ka MC ya. You get my point? Then I'll be like, okay, this thing, I'm good on those things. I can present, I can be an MC, I can perform, I can be an event organizer. Then since that time till today, I push the stand-up comedy, event organizer. I'm an MC, a presenter. I'm an actor.
Rahota, Mr. Phakisi, the comedian. You are a man of many talents, man.
Yeah.
You are a man of many talents.
And you're actually good on what you actually do, because you know what you actually do, you know. How the journey actually started, and you work with, and
Mara, it's nice that honale batobaino gore they are more open-mindedly, like bo Mr. Phakisi, because renally the skill is a buyer batho, but renally that fear for the expose.
Exactly.
But we've heard you. Arejike ka fela re no metsi re terotise ba ba reitse gore Mr. Phakisi o re saretse. Oh yeah.
It's the Dope on the Street 0101C podcast. Thank you for tuning in.
Bobo ke etsa la gape a o tsikinya tlogwana o itse basadi ba tla bola ka dipelo basadi ba ba tla bola ka dipelo mo khotsi o itse ke tla go tropo ke go ba le mosadi mo nkuisa tse makeup o itse le makeup wa te o ka mo tipikana machoni ba go ke di topo tsa la o itse ai place le ka sa mente mo spatio go itse basadi ba tla bola ba ba tsika tsala go dile ga o tsikinya tlhogo ya nana o itse le kwana ga kile ha ise go text re text ke yo a re ntja ga isule ke tla phitlhong ke tlo bua ka puo ka tsala o itse wa
the comedian.
It's the Dope on the Street 0101C podcast. Thank you for tuning in.
Yo, this is Tito the Brain Cell from Klexop. You are listening to It's Dope on the Street 01C Procast. Aight.
It's the Dope on the Street 0101C podcast. Thank you for tuning in.
Oh yeah. Welcome back to It's Dope on the Street 01C podcast. This is the Get of Freedom Chill Spot with your boy Bucks freaking Caesar. Akitsamekele wane ke na le ntjaka ka hi and ke Mr. Oh yeah.
Inalameki Skinny Driver K01C, and you've tuned in It's Dope on the Street 01C podcast.
Oh yeah, Bafethu. We have a special guest today, Retsamale, Mr. Phakisi, the comedian.
Yeah,
All the way from Kaikai.
Ventersdorp. Ba go itse ba re ke VSD.
Oh, yeah.
So o retetse here on It's Dope on the Street re mo tshwere ka tlhamololo ko Ventersdorp rona re ketlile on It's Dope on the Street re buisana halo le ene.
We live
Exactly.
from Colini, Tlhabolokgang, 2725.
Colini
So,
Phakisi.
Mr. Phakisi, sir, tell us, you Rahutlo or a little bit about your journey. What I want to know is who inspired you how to end up in this field of being a stand-up comedian. I mean, it's not usual is a comedian.
Yeah. One time. And have you actually always wanted to be a comedian? Like, I know o ntse le go skela la
A ntse o droisa la.
o ntse le busy o droisa la o le busy da di ne e go tsena mo mading like on to cheat so
O bonela we phola we tsenele.
I mean like vele I'm in on it.
To be honest, now I still believe how comedy, it will be something that will open doors for me. Like, that's an honest truth. But what I know, when I grow up, like, I just wanna reach anything that is based on art. That's where I am. Because I love art. Then taba ya bo di joke like it's something se le go like go goleng ga ka ke gotse le men se bana ba rata di joke nna la uthengwe yana ba re ke mpomoseki ke a choose ka like gotse rata di joke ya choose tse dingwe ne rata go gwarana like that thing you end up e flow mo mading wa ntlhaloganya but ke sa itse gore tlo feletsa ile nthole gore it gonna open doors. Then when times goes on ke bona bo the likes of salesmen, the likes of Mashabela, but Trevor Noah, be like even men se mos ka I ba dira tšhelete ka comedy mos go serisa batho just to think I be like hey man I want to try this thing because you never know how to hold like you can think for an example you can think who you are an hip-hop artist for an example kanti modimo go better specific talent which is to produce hip-hop not to rap to produce all along so all along wana o ntse o emetse nako e ntse ntse gae ke hip-hop artist kanti no tante go buela le mabati ke go dira di beat to produce. That's what happened to me. The time I say, okay, let me pause ka drama. Let me try ka comedy. Ke bona go e go etsagalang cause ke bona go drama gore ke kene bene ka nte go chose. E tlo go ntsa lo bakanyana. Ante ke push comedy ke bona. Then comedy it end up etsang impulela mabati a mantsi. And le go amang na ke ne ke sa dumele gore nka fetsa ke fitlhile mo ke fitlhileng because of comedy. Then hansi ke lebeletse bo the likes of Mama Shaba, bo salesmen, I be like it means this thing ya comedy monate we etsa ka leleme la gago le go comfortable ka lona. Then that's why I do it ka leleme la ka. And gape ga ke dira leleme la ka it based le go kae because if ke le go Pitori I'm gonna mix the language so but go Pitori ke ba khone go understand le melaka. And if mo eventeng gape ke bona gore there are some makalatenyana makgwanyana I have to mix the language so that all people they can enjoy my performance. That's what it is.
It's the Dope on the Street 0101C podcast. Thank you for tuning in.
Hey, this is Jane from Mrs. Flay. You are listening to It's Dope on the Streets 01C podcast. Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Oh yeah. That's what up.
That's how it goes in the barrets from different places. Tuning in, It's Dope on the Street 01C podcast.
Yeah, my name is Phakisi, and this is the Get of Freedom Chill Spot.
Here on It's Dope on the Street.
So Renale Mr. Phakisi the comedian ka hibe fethu. Mr. Phakisi the comedian. We have been through your profile. We've seen some of your work, the events that you do, those donations, and
charity,
all that good work that
events
you do.
and talent show, the donations.
So,
yeah.
What we would like to know, Kyore, who are some of the people, the NGOs, MPOs that you are working with, Karaba, Tospan and Lebone, and those events, what do you do good events and so how different are they from one another? Kada?
Exactly, and we're gonna check like I on your profile, your Facebook profile. We see the recent one, the body positivism awareness. It's a good thing. You know, like we did in the answer. So we would like to know more about all these.
All those events that you do.
Yeah, exactly.
One
One
time.
Yeah, I'm here on It's Dope on the Streets 01C podcast.
Yeah, one thing about me is all the events I do, they benefit the community. You see, all the events don't really they benefit the community. That's why like even like more open mic sessions, they benefit the community. So the community gonna go bona gore ka se ntshwere talent, and the artists tse di tshaba go ntsha exposure di gone go tla di go perform. And again, on this one, it's a charity. The first one, charity donation and talent show, I do it alone, without any NPO. I just seek help for like NPO so that it can help me gore ke kgone go thola bana ba ileng gore ba tlhaga go malapeng ka dikopo dikhutshwane. An NPO e o ne le tsholo fela home based care because e bereka bana ba batlang go dikopo dikhutshwane, then bana list ya bona, then they help me ka kgona go ba donatela. Then this one, yeah, charity donation, yeah, body positivity and awareness. That's where like it really end like I love it because the reason why I love it because of the unity. I love unity because once we are united, we build a strong nation. But once we are separated, we'll never build a strong nation. We'll be against each other. Therefore, and stuff. You get my point? Then this one, I can say campaign is different, and it's a youth. One sense caregivers, activists. Then not tooth fairy, dental practice. Yana le photographer ke spanne le as photography for hit marked ITL Media Greyhoven, and both of the events di feletse da tlhagela mo kuranteng ya Herald, both of them, and both of them it benefit the community.
It's the Dope on the Street 0101C podcast. Thank you for tuning in.
Oh yeah, I go by the name SKVSD from Ventersdorp. You are listening to It's Dope on the Street 01C podcast, my Nick.
Yo, and we back. Yeah, my G, we here. Mr. Phakisi, the comedian.
Mr. Phakisi,
yeah.
Renale, a couple of questions down the pipe. Some of the listeners were missing some questions and some shout outs, so we'll head straight to that.
Yeah. So yeah, go botlhokwa gore re nne re buisane le bone ba go utlwe ka tlhamallo gore le wena o tlo kgone go buisana le bone. So yeah,
It's the Dope on the Street 0101C podcast. Thank you for tuning in.
XFL Action, Shapuzet, it's your boy Mufasa Just want to say shout out to my guy, Machi. Phakisi the comedian. One more VSD ka mo. Awen tjaga man. Go support thata ntjaka hopefully shapo ka da. A hope ba tshwere mnate ka di jokes da ntjaka. A ke tsone ntjaka. Big up Machi.
It's the Dope on the Street 0101C podcast. Thank you for tuning in.
Alright bona man tsala tsa medumela ke mogoti wa poko go ntse fela jalo go botlhokwa ke na le potso ga Phakisi mme potso me bonolo hela ke gore Phakisi ke ntse se go rotloetsang tota ela gore wa bo tswelela le fa o bona ikete nako dingwe dilo ga di tsamaye ka tsela ga gago nka rata go itse thotloetso ga gago gore ke ntse se dirang gore tota ela o tswelele o ntse o tswele pele le fa o bona ikete dilo tsa gago ga di tsamaye sentle ke dumela gore potso ya gago tota hela ka rotloetsa bangwe le nna ka gongwe tota e ka ntshwara mosola ke a leboga ke mogoti wa
It's
poko
the Dope on the Street 0101C podcast. Thank you for tuning in.
Yeah, let me answer potso ya ga mogote. Let me answer potso ya ga mogote wa poko. Nako dingwe, as all a public figure, we all know how being a public figure isn't very simple. Being a public figure, it na le di challenges tse dingata. To such a point that you end up living the life because you want to impress the street, you want to impress but you follow because everything you do is wrong. Media is gonna be against you, so you must act in a packaging. And sometimes you can win. Some people they can throw stones on ntho e batlang go etsa sa khona o bo fitlheletse gore o e editse. So nana go ding ha ke fitlhile mo situations nya gore go thata man, like I feel like give up, more like I just want to give up I get encouraged by the people from the street ba lo hong ba positive ba lo hong ba believer mo go nna ba khona go tla monna ba mpolela go mona bona. Believe on yourself. People they always talk, man. People they always talk. I be like they always talk about some other things. They deep than saying. Then they'll be encouraging me. Keep your head up. Focus. Just ignore the point at a even on media, don't respond. Just ignore it. Don't respond. If you know the truth, but also respond. Just ignore it. And like gantsi ke lentse e encourage le thapelo gape. You know, a prayer ke yone ntho le gong e thata. If you believe on prayer, you're gonna achieve everything because you can have talent and you can have potential, but if you don't believe on God, your talent it tlo go wela mo metsing and e ka se ke ya prosper. But gore e kgone go prosper, it gonna prosper once you invite God. Then modimo kana tlo go bua ditsela a go tsenya go mabading le go le wena o no sa lebella go ka fitla mo bating ao. Yeah mufasa ke ba tshwere mnate mo kasi ke ba tshwere mnate ko kasi ga da le mo di radio tse di farologaneng ke na go ba tshwara o no tlhoetse bo tla bona wena o no follow page ya ka Phakisi the comedian ka bona fela my next radio show tlo bona gore radio ke go tsetsa thata ya
one time Mr. Phakisi the comedian ai wera ke tya re tlhamogela ka la tsela kholini ke ka se 2725
gonna sna tsinyana matimo na ema ka maoto ya abe ba tlo go itse go bua bo mogote ra
ba kwata le mo fase ra
magada wa isere ona Mr. Phakisi no re only 60 seconds era we have 60 seconds or entle ke for fanaga ka go wera ke ya re bora ka kae fanaga a re only 3 minutes.
Yeah,
just hit us up, make us laugh.
Exactly. Okay, thank you. Okay, bisa kan tutup orang go tsenya ditlhaka wa bona ya baretse le bone ba kgone go itumela ya as you about plus Mufasa o kopile a re mfetho o re tshegise na mo radiong a re tshegise na mo radiong
ba reditse bo Mufasa
exactly so it's happening mfetho re kopa re zamehela na re direle ya lentsa
Hey, this is Imelda from Colini. You are listening to It's Dope on the Street 01C podcast. Thank you for tuning in.
wa itse Mike motho ha le montšha mo mmerekong wa mmona motho ha le montšha wa mmona le ka diketso Mike wa itse a ke ya ke lebile Lichtenburg ke kopana le traffic cop le leng le eme mo Colini fale le just captain sa gagwe. I was like the traffic cop just captain kana ke ipela go ga o montšha bo fielding o le traffic cop le ja mo strateng nka se mo traffic cop le tla captain ka fana wa itse Mike ka tlo go bua le bomme man ka tlo bua le bomme ka di makeup bomme go na le go tšhama go na le go re tshosa mara la bona ntho tse le di dirang tse lona la re tshosa yanong a se le re tšhama la re tshosa go no bona motho a iphoshonka ka creamora Ellis Brown mo sefatlhego bangwe bona o fitla ba lebelana o ka re ba advertiser pontshe ya ditopo ka mo go fitla ba le ba setla ka teng wa mona ntwe ke o a yentse making ntwe ke o a yentseng ka go sa kenye focalistic mo pinning ele ya gagwe le ya seetele ai ka mo salute da man ka mo salute cause focalistic ngana sentse pina ele ya gagwe ele nkane re tlo utlwa fela focalistic ya kena mo pinning ele ya seetele nkane re tlo mutla re bo chu e ba re sete ke star like pina e runegile tlare Mike pina e runegile tlare go ne go na le authi engwe yana lebitso la gagwe e ne le John so John ne la authi engwe le goreng o na rata ke mangamola too much and mosela ga John ne le rato ne matshiri ba sa rutegang ana le montle ma sa itse English a sa rutega so ha le go wa di invite John go John ke kopa o tle le mosadi wa gago go dineng kwale re tlo ja dijo tsa di dina then John o bla mosadi wa gago le gato ke re invite le khoa la ka gore o tle go ja dijo tsa dina okay le gato itumetsa tshama kho then ha ba fitla kwale go le khoeng le khwa ba dumedise go dumedisiwe ke sharp go dula motafoleng le khwa la re John, can you pray for this food before we eat? So John wa itse gore le gato gata dilo ne le gata itse tso dintse a ditse ma o gata go hesha so John end up like, okay, can I pray with my own language so that I can connect with my ancestors correctly? Then mangamla like, okay, you can pray with your own language. Then le gato John ke kopa lotlhe le kwa le matlo ai ba kwala pala go la gane ditse tsona mo le mo ai ba kwala John a simna ga pela le gato mo khatsaka ke kopa o seke wa ja dijo tse le go ga ba di tloela mo khatsaka ene le gato mo khatsaka o seke wa be wa be wa ja ka thipa le foroko ka gonne o re thaba ka foroko magalapeng ene ha ke batla go tlhoka fa le gato le go ntsenya matlo a batho amen.
It's the Dope on the Street 0101C podcast. Thank you for tuning in.
Oh yeah, I go by the name SKVSD from Ventersdorp. You are listening to It's Dope on the Street 01C podcast, my Nick.
Extra shout out to my own boy Phakisi, the comedian. Bona Jaga, Obolaile. You killed it. Away.
It's the Dope on the Street 0101C podcast. Thank you for tuning in.
Yo, as we are about to do the show and the weather conditions are really not looking Mr. Phakisi, what you can do for now is you can send us your closing statement for the show
and then we'll shut it down just like that. Re lebogetse nako ya gago bro wa ka. Till next time.
Exactly, my G. And also tell us about your experience being here on Ghetto Freedom Chill Spot on It's Dope on the Street 01C
One time.
Oh yeah.
Ka leboga Majita for the opportunity. Ka leboga Majita for the opportunity. And the moment we shared, even the experience is dope. The experience is dope. And I love the podcast. I love the podcast and I love what you do, guys. Even the how you make it energetic and your creativity based on this podcast. I love it. It's dope. Big up, Majita. Big up.
Hi, it's Bunny Flakes from Cooltown. You're listening to It's Dope on the Street 01C podcast.
Hey, this is Albagwe Khosimang from Ventersdorp. You are listening to It's Dope on the Street 01C podcast. Thank you for tuning in.
It's the Dope on the Street 0101C podcast. Thank you for tuning in.